That's right, my babies. We are recapping Bridgerton once again, this time with season 3. Let's just go ahead and kick things off. This is season 3, episode 1. The Ton season is starting, and Penn's publication is still a smash hit. It's Francesca's turn to debut this year, and you'd think she has it all together, except she's playing the funeral march on the pianoforte. Penn is snooping spookily on the Bridgertons. Y'all ever see Halloween? Colin's back, looking like if Han Solo became the Doctor in Doctor Who. It's honestly giving Treasure Planet, and I am here for it. Shonda knows her millennial audience. He's hot now, and even his family is like, damn, you were so mid before. Colin does a quick change in the carriage, having his own 27 dresses moment. I love that even his brothers are like, why do you look like that? It's time once again for the annual Blanched Vegas Showgirl Parade, and the Queen is bored. Penn and Eloise are still not speaking, and Eloise is friends now with Cressida Cowper, the bitch. Cressida Cowper is like if every blonde actress who ever played one of Cinderella's stepsisters between 1990 and now all fused into one person. Francesca is not feeling the marriage market, and my gaydar is tingling. I know I bring this up with literally every member of the Bridgerton family, but if there is a gay gene, they have it. There's 8 of them, so statistically, and I'd venture that at least 4 of them are at least bi-curious. Colin's doing his type 5. It's all crowd work and it's all bad, just like Matt Rife before him. In the spirit of the general overhaul of women's rights and the reducing of us from complex human beings into incubators, we got a baby race. It's kind of like the space race, except for instead of the first country to get to the moon, it's about the first Featherington female to fornicate enough to produce a fabulous little fella. Whoever has a son first gets the estate. That's the race, and I hate it here. By the way, have I mentioned Philippa's husband, who she hates, who I am very sure I've met in a holding room before? I don't know how to explain it, but I've never seen anybody before with this much EPA energy. I see him and I can smell Pearl Studios. This man is wearing Laducas and he is singing Giants in the Sky. Interesting bit of costume storytelling going on here. Unlike last season, Lady Bridgerton is no longer matching her house. Probably because there's a new Lady Bridgerton on the block. Kate Sharma married Anthony and now she's kind of Lady Bridgerton. Or is she? Foreshadowing for later. As if Colin and Eloise weren't already working my last nerve this episode, they proceed to shit on one of the greatest rom-coms of all time and my personal favorite Jane Austen book, Emma. Eloise is done being a feminist because she's sad, and isn't that a mouthful? Will's back, and we get to find out if he actually has anything to do this season, and it looks promising because apparently these two were in a baby race of their own and they didn't even know it. Their son, who is a child, has been left everything by a dead aunt, and now he is the Baron of Kent. Kate and Anthony are still very in love, and I feel like in this 20 seconds we got more smut than the entire last season. Penn gets her Ty Frazier makeover and we love to see it. To a classical version of A, B, C, D, E, F, U, and your mom, which is hilarious. Only problem is she cannot flirt. She is like Channing Tatum and She's the Man, bad at flirting. Then we get this wild interaction with Francesca. These men come up to her and they're like, what are your hobbies? And she's like, I play the pianoforte. And they're like, okay, what do you like? What do you not like? What makes you tick? And she's like, she completely short circuits and bails. And you know why? Because this is a Phoebe Bridgers Lilith Fair gay, okay? Never mind the fact that these men just asked way more questions than I bet any of you have gotten on a first date from a dating app. She doesn't want to hang out with these guys. She wants to be alone in her room playing sad music and watching But I'm a Cheerleader for the 14th time and thinking about Xena the Warrior Princess and Kristen Stewart braiding her hair. Then we get a meet cute. Gird your loins, rally the troops because we got a spark here. He is cute and arresting, and they have some real chemistry here. Cressida Cowper, the bitch, steps on Penn's dress and rips it on purpose while she's talking to the Scandinavian version of Anastasia's dad. Penn gets very upset and runs off. Colin sees this and goes after her, and Colin, before we proceed, I want to have a word with you. Come here, come closer. That's too close. Okay, that's good. Colin, if you expect me to root for you to get together with Penelope Featherington over the lovely Lord Debling that we just met, I had better see you grovel. You had better be down on your knees in the mud, in swamp water and manure, begging for her forgiveness. I want to see you cry. I want to see you weep. I had better see you turn inside out with shame and remorse and yearning. Anything less than that, and I am shipping her with a lost Skarsgård brother. Do you understand me? Good. Okay, back to the recap. So Colin has the nerve to be like, hey buddy, where's my hug? And Penelope's like, dude, do you not remember last season when you were going through your Merchant Ivory George Michael phase and you made fun of me in front of everybody? Pen goes home to write furiously in her live journal and also create some nice B-roll for the next National Treasure movie. This messy bitch, who's the one who gave Will and his wife the whole like, oh, your son is a baron now spiel. He is here to raise the stakes of the baby race by saying that if somebody doesn't produce a male heir soon, they're going to give the entire estate away to a different family. Seriously, can I sue an entire time period? Because I'd like to. Back to Eloise and Cressida, seen here dressed as the cool rich girl at a slumber party who's taken a little walk in her sleeping bag to the kitchen to get a snack. Seriously, tell me that's not this. Cressida's like, it's been so hard for me to make friends and date because I'm a huge bitch. By the way, if this is her third year on the marriage market, then she has no right to judge Pen. You're a spinster too. Okay, interesting bit of costume storytelling. Lady Bridgerton is dressed like her house again, just like last season. And this follows directly after a scene in which Kate, who married Anthony, is like, I think we should just let your mom be Lady Bridgerton. Excellent. I see you. I see you, Bridgerton costume designers. Very smart. Colin shows up to apologize to Pen. And when I say apologize, he says he's sorry. In the mud, Colin. Do you understand? But we do get the premise for the rest of the season, which is that Colin is basically going to be her wingman and teach her how to like pick up dudes. I love this conceit. It's friends to enemies to friends to lovers. It's a little Cyrano de Bergerac. It's like, oh, I love it. I eat it up. And to raise the stakes, we end the episode with Colin reading the latest Lady Whistledown written by Pen, in which she reads them for filth in the most accurate way possible. And he basically declares her his nemesis. So the stakes are up, baby. I am so in for this season. Let's go. Give us more. Episode 2 tomorrow. Tune back in.